The IS is a Soviet Tier 7 heavy tank. The IS-1, also known as the IS-85 heavy tank, was a thorough modernization of the KV-1. The tank featured the 85mm D5T gun. The IS-1 entered mass production in October 1943, but work was discontinued at the beginning of the 1944, as the IS-2, also known as the IS-122 tank, entered mass production in December 1943. A total of 107 vehicles were manufactured. Now before we go into some gameplay, let's just see the pros and cons of this vehicle. The tank has mounted 122mm D25T gun, which packs a great punch with a decent reload time. Even though the gun packs a decent punch, it has poor handling and accuracy, and the penetration is under average for a Tier 7 heavy tank. Also, the ammo on the 125mm guns is expensive. Even though it is a heavy tank, it is very mobile, especially with the upgraded engine. The tank is agile enough to act as a decent flanker. The hull armor thickness and layout is slightly improved from the previous generation, and the tank is also slightly lower to the ground. The weak spots on the cupola and the fuel tank vulnerability are same as the KV-85. The driver and gunner can often get wounded if you get hit from the front. You cannot really angle the armor as you will expose the shoulders on the front hull, which will make it easier for you to get shot. The tank is very dangerous at close range, especially in town maps, with its 122mm gun. And if you get yourself into a higher tier match, you can be an effective support tank. The grind of the tank is pretty difficult, because it has different gun than his KV-85 predecessor. In World of Tanks, the IS leads to the IS-3, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be driving the IS tank, and driving the IS tank for us is rahmanijan. So you can see we are driving on the Lakevile map, and before we get into some more gameplay, I just want to say Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a great time for these couple of days and that you feel rested, because I know that I'm sure feeling great. And yeah, let us start with the replay now. You can see that rahmanijan is playing, as I said, in his IS on the Lakeville, and immediately at the beginning he made a mistake. So you might wonder, what's the mistake here? What's the mistake? Yeah, this is the mistake. You are not going to be, well, you should not be driving on the position where he was. So he was far too close to the lake, and he got spotted from the position on the F4. So usually what happens is that the scout tanks try and rush up to the I believe it's F4, yeah, position, and they try to spot the tanks that are trying to move into the town. So he got spotted, he got shot from the side. Fortunately, he bounced one shot from those tigers, and he was lucky to get shot only once. Yeah, the problem is he's not the only one that did the mistake. So from the other side, the tiger ones also did a bad thing there. They moved, well, they moved across the open field, and they got spotted and they get shot. So yeah, this is something that you should definitely take into consideration when driving your tank into the town. You have to be the safest way to get into the town is probably through the A line and just circle around the road that goes through the 8, 9 and 0 lines. So just get into the town from that position. Now, position where he is in, it's a pretty decent position because you can control the bottom side of the town, but the problem is that, yeah, you can see he is getting shot from two sides. The T-29 is also in a good position, so rahmanijan here needs to fend off the T-29, then he can deal with the Cromwell and the Tiger 1 to the right side. The good thing here is that he has a Cromwell Berlin and I believe it's a T-3485 that are trying to push up and finish off the other Tiger and then flank the T-29 from the side. He puts a great shot there into the Tiger 1. He is always looking on the T-29, but he decides to go for the Cromwell. Now, aiming for the... where did that one go? I believe it went past the Cromwell cupola and just slightly over the Stug there, so he wasn't able to finish off the Stug. Now you can see the game is going pretty well. He has 1500 damage. As you can see, this is a newer replay, so we are going to get the damage counter with the 9.17. That's something that Wargaming should have done immediately when they introduced it, to just see it in the replays as well, but yeah, better late than never. So as you can see, they are, well, doing the great thing here. They are cleaning out the town with the heavy tanks. So being a top tier heavy tank here, as you can see, him, the Oni and the KV-3 are doing just a great job here and cleaning out the city. The problem is they are getting flanked. You can see that the M6 and the Nashorn are just pushing again and cleaning out the artillery, cleaning out the scouts tank that are left there. And that's a problem because, well, if you lose your eyes in the heavy tank, especially if you lose your eyes in the IS, you're not going to be spotting anything. Now he is taking a careful aim here at the M6. He lets the gun fully aim, and I believe that one went in, so we could be expecting to see that M6 on one shot. And, well, you can see that enemies, even though they are in a pretty bad position here, the E25 is doing a great job there, taking out the last two scouts, and now the KV-3 is trying to push the other side. Unfortunate miss there. I believe that he hit the gun of the dead T-34. He wasn't able to take out the E25, that would be great, but he has the shot on the NASCAR and that's his first kill. And, well, they were winning at one point, and now they're, as you can see, they are, I don't want to say losing, definitely losing this game, but it is going to be hard for him and the KV-3 to win this one. So the KV-3 is still pushing towards the enemy spawn point. I don't think that he should be doing that, probably, because all of those artilleries are out there. As you can see, there are 3 artilleries. They are tier 5, but you know, when the artillery starts hitting you, it's just going to hit you and pummel you to death. Now rahmanijan does a great thing here. He recognizes the threat from the M6, he decides to go forward and finish the M6. And at this point he is 1 versus 5. Now, being in a 1 versus 5 situation when you are driving the IS and you are top tier is not that bad. It's only a matter of question what the enemy tanks are going to do, so how the enemies are going to approach this. As you can see, they have one top tier, it's the E25, and the E25 can really take out the IS. The problem is that he is on one shot, so if rahmanijan focuses him first, he won't be in that, well, he won't be in that much of a trouble from the top tier. The other problems is that the enemies have 3 artillery, so the best bet for him is to do this, exactly what he is doing here. He needs to stay in the town, he doesn't want to get out of the town, he doesn't want to stay in the open place so the artillery could take a shot at him. The problem here, oh, I believe that I hear something on the right side. Yeah, there's the artillery trying to find a shot on the arty. The arty puts one in. He loses, I believe that was, where did that shot go? He didn't kill the arty. He has the Churchill 1 on the back, so he decides to ignore the Churchill 1, go for the artillery, finishes off the artillery. The Churchill 1 is still pursuing him, but I don't think that the Churchill 1 can even harm the IS from this position. There's the E25, so he needs to take out the E25 immediately. Takes out the E25, that's beautiful. He is now left 1 versus 3, and that's a pretty good position for him to be in, because all of those tanks are tier 5 and basically he can one-shot them if he kills them, so the artillery can be one-shot definitely here. The Churchill 1 also, as you can see. So what the enemies should have done in this situation is, well, not to go in one by one. So the Churchill 1 and the artillery had a good thing there. The E25 really tried to flank out also, but he was just a little bit late. And, well, yeah, now he is 1 versus 2 artillery. I'm not saying that he can win this easily, because the artillery, you know, if they penetrate the IS, they are going to kill him probably. But if he wants to win this, this is the way. He needs to stay here. He needs to let the artillery come to him. Let the artillery go out, try and, well, spot the IS and do whatever, and, well, take him out. Now, if I was on theirs, if I was in their position, I should have probably just try and spot the IS and then somehow flank him from 2 sides with 2 artillery, maybe hit him twice and maybe take him out, but you know, you don't know how it is going to handle out in the random games, so we just wait here and see what happens. Now you can see that he's preloading HE shells. I believe that he is doing this probably because he has gold loaded and really he doesn't want to waste any gold on the arties. He was 1 versus 5, he taken out the immediate threat, that was the artillery, he taken out the 25. Now he just needs to find the rest of the artillery and finish them off. Now he is moving back and forth. He is thinking maybe they're going to try and blind shoot me. He is trying to look into the streets, maybe try and find a glimpse of the artillery that he is trying to move up here or do something. Moving in and out. There's the artillery. And yeah, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. They went one by one once again, and there's the guerrilla. The guerrilla will have the shot, but as you can see, the guerrilla really wasn't able to penetrate the eyes from the front. He kills the last artillery. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. So what about a raid to start the new year than with a Kolobanov's medal, a Pascucci's medal, high caliber, top gun, and of course the master badge ace tanker. Team score sheet, we can see that he did over 3700 damage, 7 kills and 1445 experience. On detailed report we can see that he scored 46,000 credits with the premium account and the accuracy was pretty decent. Now, as always, the quick summary what we saw in this gameplay. Now we saw pretty bad move at the beginning of the game because he was trying to move into the town from a not very safe position and he got punished by that from a couple of shots into his side. Fortunately he bounced a couple of them, but the one of them penetrated, and that's really the help that you are going to need in the later stages of the game. But when he got into a good position, when he got into the town and when he was able to engage the enemies at his own pace, he managed to put a couple of good shots into the top tier heavies and finish them off. Being left 1 versus 5 in any case scenario is not that great. Even though the enemies were the artillery, that's not really the point. The point is that they really didn't play it as a team. In these kind of situations, the enemies are trying to get the last kill, and they are moving in without much thought, so this backfired on them and he was able to finish them off one by one with a great gameplay at the end. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike. Leave a comment what you think about the IS gameplay and what you think about the IS tank. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video with the Type 64, where we show a decent demonstration of the tank's capabilities in a pretty nice end situation with 1 versus 3. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one and I'll see you in the next one.